Hi everyone, Sean Humphreys here. Welcome to this edition of the Take Charge of Change podcast. I'll continue to explore ideas from the book Resilience, written by Eric Greitens. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of philosophy. Welcome to the Take Charge of Change podcast. And this podcast will help you to lead a more resilient professional and personal life by sharing great content to make you smarter, more energetic, emotionally healthy, financially confident, so you accomplish your professional and personal goals in spite of the challenges that are sure to come your way. Philosophy is about asking uncomfortable questions to provoke thought and truly examining our lives. Now, sometimes these are hard questions. They can cause anxiety or fear, and sometimes even anger. Digging deep into this area is critical to cultivate personal and professional resilience. As Eric Greiten says, philosophy is the discipline of living well. We measure the worth of our words by how they help us to live out our lives well. One side of philosophy is intended to create self-awareness, reflecting on questions that cause us to become aware of our behaviors and how these behaviors and actions affect not just our lives, but the lives of others around us. And ultimately, philosophy is about living the good life, as Aristotle says. We all make mistakes, but often we rationalize away those mistakes and we don't learn. That's human nature. Rationalizations may make us feel better in the short term, but they're not the path to the enlightened life. Questions that flow out of philosophy cause us to truly look at what's inside and the actions that come out of these internal values. According to Aristotle, the chief end of science is not learning and knowledge, but actually action. It's through active engagement with others that we break free of our prejudices, bad habits, and fears. If our experience is limited, so will our wisdom be limited. Our own experiences are often biased, and that's why it's so important to tap into the experiences of others. Technological progress over the last 100 years has been amazing, and we've got much to be thankful for. Unfortunately, even with the advances in technology, the world is obviously unpredictable and full of tragedy, and yet we think life is about moving from one happy moment to another. We don't look at things realistically. And so our lives are often full of distraction that keep us from asking very important questions and building our resiliency during times of calm. Because we don't do that, when tragedy hits our lives, it blindsides us. So growing up in our protected palaces of comfort, we lose our ability to cope with pain and frustration. So Graydon goes on to say that resilient people are realists. They understand that no matter how much we improve the world, it's imperfect. We must recognize the reality of human failings. And if we delude ourselves, we'll be blindsided. Readiness is about facing the reality that life is outside your control. Yes, you can have influence, but there are bigger forces at work. Hardship is inevitable, and resilient people prepare for this reality in advance of these hardships hitting their lives. Now, according to Greitens, one of the greatest gifts in life is knowing the difference between sounding good and doing good. Ultimately, we are measured by results. In the real world, intentions are meaningless. It's results that count. Trying to get results and making a difference in the world helps us to get better and to use more effective methods. If your best isn't good enough, then you need to find ways of making it better. Don't blame circumstances, lack of capital, your ethnic background, or a bad marriage. Often we talk about trying hard as a key thing to focus in on. And yes, effort is important. There are great lessons in effort. But more important, though, is succeeding. Trying builds character, but succeeding and accomplishing things helps to build confidence. Intentions matter if they lead to action and improvement. Striving to get results doesn't mean you don't fail, but it should mean you'll keep striving until you experience victory. Well, that concludes this edition of the Take Charge of Change podcast. It's my hope that you found this content helpful. Change and challenges obviously are inevitable, and if you want to start down the path of building personal and professional resilience, be sure to download our free ebook, The Resilient Professional. Click the link on this video and you'll be taken to the Resilient Professional information page. As well, be sure to poke around our website at www.takechargeofchange.com for more helpful resources. And if you manage teams, consider us for the delivery of customized training to your staff to improve productivity and emotional, physical, cognitive, and financial resilience. All the best in your journey toward personal and professional resilience.